The Calgary Flames did not get the result they wanted last night in a home game against the Eastern Conference's top team, the Washington Capitals. However, the highlight of the game was when Flames star defenseman Rasmus Andersson poked fun at one of the most hated players in the league, Tom Wilson, and a big skirmish ensued. But what led to this? Andersson has spoken out and revealed the truth about the Tom Wilson situation, and it is a barrel of laughs. We're going to get into that more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. But quickly, before we get into the hockey talk, I have a quick question for you. Are you tired of the same old banking experience? If so, it's time to check out Koho. Koho is Canada's leading fintech alternative to traditional banking, designed to help you spend smarter, save better, and even build your credit all in one app. Koho is a Canadian company that offers 4% interest on your entire balance, and this is a non-promotional rate, which means it's one of the highest interest rates in Canada. With Koho, you can earn up to 2% cash back on everyday spending like groceries, eating out, and transportation. But it doesn't stop there. Koho makes building credit easier than ever before, and the average Koho user sees their credit score rise by 22 points in just 3 months. Plus, there are no hidden fees. You can earn up to 4% interest on your balance and even get a cash advance of up to $250 interest-free. Koho makes managing your money fun and effortless. And the best part is, your funds in a Koho account are insured by the Canada Deposit Insurance Corporation, the CDIC, for up to $100,000. Are you ready to take control of your finances? Click the link in the description or the pinned comment and use code FLAMES20 to get a $20 Canadian dollar reward when you sign up and add $20 to your account. Check them out, and thank you once again to Koho for sponsoring this video. I strongly recommend checking out Koho in the pinned comment or the description down below. But let's get into last night's game. And yes, the Flames did lose this one, but not many people were super upset about it because it was kind of funny. Now, the Flames maybe weren't expected to get, a great result from one of the top teams in the league. However, the Flames definitely had chances to win this game. In case you missed it, the Flames did lose this one. 3-1 was the final score. You can blame it on some costly mistakes. The Flames were very well in this game, and then they went down and were on a penalty kill, and then Blake Coleman, for whatever reason, decided to snatch the puck out of the air and toss it like he was prime Tom Brady, which obviously is a penalty, went to a 5-on-3, and the Flames did ultimately give up the game winner. They did obviously get a goal in this one as well. Tyson Barrie had a wonderful game. Big shout out to him. I was actually at this game, and oh my goodness, these are the best seats I think I've ever had. Look how close I was to the action. Feel so privileged that I was able to do that. Huge shout out to my boy Luke for taking me to this one. What a game it was to watch from, that angle. If we get into the box score here, Dustin Wolf, statistically, again, not his best game. Is he the reason why the Flames lost this game? No, he is not. He had some amazing saves. Robbed Ovi. That's one of the silver linings of this loss, is that Ovechkin, of course, didn't score. But Wolf does get the loss. Gave up 3 goals on 23 shots for the .870 save percentage, which, again, is not ideal. Doesn't help his Calder case. But, again, the stats don't tell the whole story of this one. He actually played quite well in this one, and some of those goals, you hung out to dry. Breakaways, whatever else. It's tough. I know, 5-on-3. Come on. The guys who got on the score sheet, Blake Coleman got the lone goal for the Flames in this one, tipping in a Barrie point shot. Kuzmenko gets another assist to remain hot for him. He has had a very, very good January. So has Blake Coleman, actually. Both those guys have been very hot this month. You thought I was fooling you? But anyway, great that those guys remain hot. Barrie, again, he had literally been recalled yesterday, played last night, and played really well. So you can expect him to probably get in a little bit more. With Kevin Ball's status still uncertain and Miramanov both somewhat injured and maybe on the outs a bit due to performance, we could see quite a bit more of Barrie, which is a very good thing for him and for the organization going forward. But the main thing we have to talk about was, of course, Razz the Jokester. The funniest thing I think I've ever seen live at a hockey game was when Rasmus Andersson, poked some fun at Tom Wilson. It was absolutely hilarious. Now, Tom Wilson is easily one of the most hated players in the entire National Hockey League. I do not know many people who do like him that aren't Capitals fans, of course. Every team has those kind of players. I guess you're kind of aggressors, you're rats in certain ways, the guys who just try to get under your skin. I mean, we knew it well with Tkachuk back when we had him, but Tom Wilson, he is not a very beloved man, and let's just say Rasmus Andersson isn't a huge fan of him either. So let's get into this article here from Colton Panko. So he writes, Calgary Flames' Rasmus Andersson explains what happened in hilarious exchange with Tom Wilson. It really was. If you have not seen what Rasmus Andersson did yet, please feel free to pause this video, open up a new tab, and watch it, because it will give you a laugh. It was that good. So let's start here. Despite initially appearing to be in serious pain on the ice, Wilson got back to his feet shortly after realizing he had drawn a penalty. Now, this happened after Adam Klapka, also played last night, I should say. He hit Wilson, completely valid, clear, clean hit, and then it kind of ensued, and he gave him a little bit of a cross-check in the head, but Wilson, really sold the fact that he got hit and drew a penalty. So several Flames weren't very pleased with the apparent sell job, including defenseman Rasmus Andersson. Andersson had several words for Wilson immediately after the incident, and even mocked the agitating winger late in the frame. And he did this multiple times. It's actually what led to Rasmus Andersson getting a penalty, but essentially what he did is he kind of tucked at his side, made it look like he kept being in pain. It was so funny, just making fun of Wilson, and then obviously the skirmish ensued. There was a bit of fighting, I guess we can say, more so verbal fighting than anything else, which was just absolutely hilarious. It continued in the penalty box. Wilson could not let it go. He felt like he needed to get the last laugh, and kept doing stupid stuff with his helmet and whatever, but really Raz was the winner of this situation, and of course was the jokester of this situation, and he even did it after the final buzzer in this game, which was hilarious again as well. After a loss, Rasmus Andersson was still poking fun at Wilson. It was just perfect to see. So if we continue on here, this is what Andersson had to say. It's emotions, right? I know he gets triggered by certain stuff Andersson said. When you look back at it, it's all good on my part at least. I think that's one part of the game that I enjoy, is to chirp a little bit and get under their skin. It's just the way it went today. Today it was Wilson, and next game it'll be someone else probably. And we have seen Rasmus Andersson's sense of humor come out in so many ways this season. From, the stare downs at opposing fans when he scores a goal, to the Yule log video during the holiday season, to now this situation with Tom Wilson. Andersson is quickly becoming not only a fan favorite for Flames fans, because we already loved Raz, of course, for how good of a hockey player he is, now for his sense of humor, but he is getting recognition from across the league. Fans across the league are really starting to like him, especially after this situation. And look, I guess it's just part of his game, as Andersson is revealing the truth about why he did it. As I said, the chirping and the emotions, it's all part of it. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to get chirped sometimes too. It makes you feel alive a little bit. Andersson is thriving. Even in a loss, he is having a good time. And it just shows how complete of a hockey player he is. He can play an offensive game. He can play a very good defensive game. And he can get the chirps going and take the chirps and get the physicality involved. He truly is a complete player. It's just so exciting to watch him play. So thankful that he is a Calgary Flame. Now, after this whole altercation, both players were assessed penalties for their run-in, and their war of words continued into the box in what was one of the more entertaining discussions we've seen between a pair of NHLers this season. Absolutely, I'd say in quite a long time. Let's continue here. This was what Mangiapane had to say after he made his return, of course, to Calgary. First game back in Cowtown since being traded to the Washington Capitals. And also keep in mind, Mangiapane was a very good friend and still is a very good friend of Rasmus Andersson. So he said, I was laughing for most of that, I think. Hopefully there was no video panning to me, said Mangiapane, who was making his return to the Dome for the first time since being traded this offseason. That's Razzie for you. He likes to chirp and get under people's skin, and so does Willie. Worked out perfect. It really seemed like it was going to boil down to these two anyway, and it happened, and boy did it deliver. Though the Flames wound up falling by a 3-1 final, head coach Ryan Huska had zero issues with Andersson's emotions. The 28-year-old, who played nearly 24 minutes in the outing, often seemed to excel when his fiery side comes to light. Extremely true. That comes when he's at his best, Huska said. You look at his weekend that he had too when we were on the road. He was right in the thick of things in Minnesota, that chippy game we had. He was right in the thick of things in Winnipeg, and he was the same way tonight. I feel like when Razz is right on the line and plays the game with edge, he's a really good player. I think we can all agree with Huska on that one. Andersson has been a force all season long for the Flames. Though his offense has cooled down as of late, he's averaging a team-leading 24 minutes and 14 seconds in ice time through 49 games. They'll need him to continue playing at this level if they hope to sneak into the playoffs this April. And that is extremely true because like we said before, Andersson kind of does everything. He's leading the Flames in many ways right now, and they definitely need him at his best going forward. And it seems like he excels when there's a little emotion involved. Nothing but love for Razz the Jokester. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. And this one was just a good point. It covered, a little bit of what was said in yesterday's video, and a good point as well. It comes from Kaz Dave. Now Dave said, thrilled to hear the news about Zary. Yes, Zary looks like he is going to be better than on track. It's his timeline is getting shorter and shorter. Looks like he's improving. His health is better, and he might come back earlier than anticipated, which is great. Second part of this comment, I would like to see Cooley given some time with the Flames. I think a lot of people like to see that as well. Now, Cooley has been dominant in the AHL this season. He's been a little bit shakier as of late, but still really, really good. And a lot of people want to see him come up and back up Dustin Wolf. Now that Vladar is really looking as though he's not enjoying it too much and he's just getting those hard starts, his stats are falling. The life of a backup goalie, but a lot of people do want to see Cooley. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.